SPIC MACAY का लोगो है दी वर्टिकल आई और दी इनर आई, द आई ऑफ परसेप्शन एंड इंक्वायरी। हमारे लिए म्यूजिक, कल्चर, आर्ट, हमारी सभ्यता, फिलॉसफी वो जरिए हैं जिनसे हम अपनी अमूल्य सांस्कृतिक धरोहर को समझ पाते हैं। वो धरोहर जिसको हम वक्त के साथ साथ किसी हद तक भूलते जा रहे हैं। SPIC MACAY के हाथ और कंधे हैं SPIC MACAY के वॉलंटियर्स, वो लोग जो इस तेज रफ्तार जिंदगी के बावजूद अपनी विरासत, अपनी आइडेंटिटी, हमारे देश की आत्मा और स्वरूप के साथ जुड़े रहना चाहते हैं। हर साल SPIC MACAY के देश भर में फैले वॉलंटियर्स स्कूल्स, कॉलेजेस, इंस्टीट्यूशंस में हजारों इवेंट्स ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं। इन इवेंट्स से हमारी सभ्यता और संस्कृति वहां पहुंचती है जहां हमारा भविष्य है, हमारा फ्यूचर है, हमारा यूथ। फिल्म, थिएटर, म्यूजिक, डांस फॉर्म्स, फोक आर्ट और इन जैसे और माध्यमों से हम लाखों लोगों तक अपनी हजारों साल की विरासत को पहुंचा पाते हैं। वो विरासत जो सिर्फ हमारी है, वो विरासत जिसको बचाना या जाने देना सिर्फ हमारे हाथ में है। वो विरासत जिसको आज हमारी जरूरत है।
Thank you. So that was a introduction about our movement, which is a voluntary youth-driven voluntary movement, and we are here to discuss about how we can spread this movement to institutions like you who have joined us for this orientation. So at the beginning, I would like to say that we request you to switch on your cameras and you can keep the mics on mute, but you can switch on your camera so that we can see you and interact with you. And we'll also have a interactive Q&A session after the presentation. So I would like to now welcome uh, our convener of higher education group, Shri Dinesh Chand sir, to give a welcome note to you all.
Namaskar. Thank you for joining this orientation. As I noticed today, we have some 8 schools are joining us and 4 institutions of higher education are with us, including SPA, D.Y. Patil Institute, and schools like Puja Academy, Anand Sagar Academy. And it's good to see that the institutions are joining not only faculty members, but their students are also joining in a classroom fashion. So we hope you will participate in our Q&A session towards the end. In the meantime, just please stand by and just listen to some of our speakers who will share with you how we do it, what we do it, and how you can join us. Thank you once again for taking time out and joining us for this orientation program. Thank you. Back to you, Sabya.
Thank you, sir. So with that, I would like to invite our next speaker for today, Shri Arun Sahai sir, to introduce Sir has been our former national chairperson of SPIC MACAY and a very senior volunteer. Sir will be speaking about the conceptual aspect of our SPIC MACAY movement and our heritage and culture. Having done his engineering from IIT Kharagpur and MBA from IIM, Sir has worked with the corporate world in various capacities, ranging from diversification, modernization, corporate planning, transfer, technology transfer, and has the honor on speaking about to various forums about the need to make education more holistic and in order to make us innovative and competitive. Over to you, sir. So yeah, just unmute. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Dear friends, namaste. We've been hearing the famous quote that change is the only constant. Since I graduated from IIT Kharagpur in 1969, in the 50 years I have seen a fair amount of change. When I did my engineering, we used a slide rule for complex engineering calculations. The students today had not even heard of a slide rule. When I studied management at IIM Ahmedabad, digital marketing was an unheard of concept. We see a convergence between the medical profession and technology, and there's so much that is happening, and we will see more of these changes taking place in the years ahead. And nobody has any idea what is going to happen in the future. Who knows what the world will be like 30 years from now, when many of the youth today will be very much in their working careers. Yet education must prepare the youth for such a world. The children will see a future we will not. The purpose of education is not just to gather knowledge, but also develop people to deal with the world and develop in people an ability to think, imagine, innovate, and create. You should be able to apply your learning and your future learnings in the situations you will experience in the years ahead and so succeed in life. One of the problems of the present generation is the ability to give prolonged attention. Today's social media wrongly teaches us to be superficial in our attention. You must give a chunk of time to achieve anything of depth. Initially, in your working careers, the problems and solutions are known. Later, as you rise in the hierarchy, you come across problems to which you don't know the solutions, but you can ask others for solutions to known problems. Finally, as you rise further, you don't know what the problem is. Forget knowing what the solution is. We work in such ambiguity and need to be prepared for it. Multiple studies link music study to academic achievement. Serious music training seems to correlate with success in other fields. To quote the late Steve Jobs, whom the youth would recognize because they use many Apple products, and I quote, innovation would require a blend of technology and liberal arts, and education systems should encourage such pollination rather than focus on narrow specialization. He himself benefited because he accidentally attended a calligraphy class, and he was so influenced in his designs through this. Innovation requires creativity. Our heritage instills such creativity. A rag is sung differently by different artists and by the same artist differently at different times. There is freedom within certain boundary constraints. And this is very important actually in everything we do. We should be free, but there are limits we should not cross. Arts brings elements of abstraction and critical thinking which science subjects alone do not do. So, what is it that will help you to cope with the world in future? To my mind, it is our heritage that has been around for thousands of years. And on the one hand, I'm talking of a changing world, and on the other hand, I'm referring to our heritage, which has been around for thousands of years. Our heritage is meditative, which also helps the youth to concentrate and improve in their studies. In yoga, you concentrate as you inhale and exhale. In Nadyog, you concentrate on the note as you sing, and when it is different to the correct note, you have to concentrate to get the correct note. In dance, you concentrate to get the right posture. A musician requires enormous focus and attention and practice. If you take this ability to concentrate to your studies and whatever work you do, you will be more productive and will be able to study in much less time. It is not surprising that many eminent people were incidentally musicians. Our former president, Dr. Abdul Kalam, a missile scientist, played the veena. Dr. Ramanna, famous for the first atomic implosion in India, played the piano. The great mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan had a classical music background. Einstein, who predicted gravity waves 100 years ago, which we have only now verified, would have been a violinist if he was not a physicist. And I've seen he's even played the piano. Professor Manjul Bhargav, professor of mathematics at Princeton University and winner of the Fields Medal in Mathematics, an equivalent of the Nobel Prize, has said there is something about classical music that made one more creative even in other endeavors. He believes including classical music in the school curriculum, the country would produce not just better artists, but better scientists, judges, innovators, and in general, better human beings. He is himself a tabla player. The Western world focused on the outer domain and developed products like laptops, mobile phones, which we use, whereas we in India focused on the inner domain reflected in our heritage. Our culture is our Indian identity. For no fault of theirs, our own youth are not aware of our culture. With the breakdown of joint families, the generational trickle down of culture is now missing. Parents are unable to take their children to Indian classical performances because of the long office hours or the academic pressures of the children. I estimate 95% or even 98% of our youth are not exposed to our heritage. Many will have the SPIC MACAY experience for the first time and, like many others, crave for more through their respective SPIC MACAY Heritage Clubs. What SPIC MACAY has been doing for the past 47 years in broadening education by taking the best artists in the country, Padma awardees, SNA awardees, to schools and colleges all over the country. This is what makes SPIC MACAY relevant to you, the young generation. SPIC MACAY would develop leadership qualities in students who organize our conventions and programs, and you experience team working. This is done in a spirit of Nishkam Seva, and these are the trends that are needed in today's developing world. There is joy in giving. There have been programs in some of your institutions, and you would have experienced this. The more good performers there are, the more audiences grow and the arts flourish. If some art forms are allowed to perish, it will be impossible to revive the diversity and richness of yesteryears. Great discoveries of our inner selves made by our ancestors and reflected through Dhrupad, Kudiyattam, Rudravina, Sarangi, Gutuvadyam today are on the verge of extinction. It is the youth of today who will be the audiences of tomorrow and help our culture to flourish. We encourage the crafts, which is the second largest provider of employment after agriculture. Students get a chance to learn from the master craftspersons in the intensive workshops we organize. During SPIC MACAY conventions, youth from all parts of the country congregate to experience, share, interact, and discuss with eminent exponents. The artists also are from all parts of the country: north, south, east, west, and the northeast. This is national integration. You get to see and experience. As more facts are gathered, knowledge expands. New facts can render old facts and knowledge as invalid. At one time, we thought the world is flat. We now know the world is round. The SPIC MACAY logo represents the inner eye, the eye of perception and inquiry, ever alert in the pursuit of that eternal truth, the eternal Satya. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the inspiring words about the conceptual aspects, about the need of making education more holistic with integration of our classical arts. Thank you, sir, again. And now I would like to invite our next speaker for today, Shri Dinesh Chand, sir. So we welcome you, sir. So to introduce, sir, so Dinesh Chand, sir, is the convener of our higher education vertical, and sir will be speaking about the various modules of SPIC MACAY. So sir has been associated with SPIC MACAY since a very long time, and having done his engineering from IIT Kharagpur, he went abroad to pursue the higher studies and served in the corporate sector in various senior capacities, and has been a very senior mentor and guide to all of us in SPIC MACAY. So we welcome you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sajjan. I'll just share my screen with a small PowerPoint presentation. Just 1 second, please. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, I think you can go to the slideshow so we can see the whole.
Okay, just 1 second, please. Is it visible now?
Yes, yes, yes. Perfect.
Okay, all right. So as you have heard Arun Sahai just a while back, where he talked about why SPIC MACAY, why we have created this movement and what we try to do. I think in the following few minutes, I'll try to walk you through how we do it and what we do it. So as you would notice here, there are 4 pillars we consider are part which support the SPIC MACAY movement: the artists, the institutions, and the volunteers, and the sponsors. So, so many of these famous artists, as you see here, have been part and supporting of SPIC MACAY. They have supported SPIC MACAY, particularly when we go to the educational institution, by taking a very nominal honorarium, because they are the best in their own art forms. They are the best artists. Usually we take artists who are either Padma awardees or the SNA awardees, and yeah, you know, the youth Sangeet Natak Academy awardees. Such are the artists which we take for the SPIC MACAY programs, and these artists are very considerate to SPIC MACAY, and they perform at various educational institutions. Some of those artists you will notice they are no more, but they have been associated with SPIC MACAY, because as you know, we are more than 47 years old organization. All of them have played for SPIC MACAY at many of the esteemed educational institutions. The next pillar is the educational institutions, like you all who are joined today, because we depend on the educational institutions to conduct these programs and to take the best of the art forms to their students. So without the institutions, we do not have the platform, and the institutions are the one who carry it forward. Some of these institutions you will see that they started with institutions like IITs, but now we have reached to the nook and corner of the country, and even abroad we have SPIC MACAY institutions, they perform. The next pillar of SPIC MACAY is the volunteers who are all of you who are here today and many others, they work with SPIC MACAY at only to offer their Nishkam Seva. And during their educational activities, academics, they work and they learn while working for SPIC MACAY besides doing their own academics. You will see some of these photographs, what we are sharing, the kind of activities they do. Like you will see on the top right corner, they, they set up the stage, they set up the music systems, they connect with artists and so on. And the last pillar which we have are our supporters and sponsors. Yes, we get a lot of support from the government. We also get support from a lot of private institutions. But besides that, the main support we consider is come from our volunteers. The kind of activities which we perform is the classical music, Carnatic, Hindustani, classical dance, all form of the dance, folk music and folk dance, painting, heritage walks, nature walks, spiritualism, Sufi music, Qawwali, Gurbani. Literature, drama, cinema classics, yoga and meditation, holistic food, talks by eminent social workers, handicrafts from all over India. We also conduct what we call the lecture demonstrations, concerts, workshop demonstrations, zonal, national, and international conventions. We conduct a collection of programs at an educational institution, which we call Virasat series. We also have a Gurukul scholarship scheme, rural school intensives, music in the park. These are some of the formats through which we render our activities. Our national conventions have been held for 10 conventions been held so far. In 2017, it was inaugurated by the Prime Minister. Our next convention will be taking place at IIT Hyderabad in the month of June 25. In the lecture demonstration, which I just explained to you earlier, the artists come, they are not only performing, they are also explaining their art form. So they conduct and they also share the nuances of their particular art form. These are some of the pictures which you will see happening. This is a classical dance lecture demonstration. Folk dances. You will see here some of these pictures. Classical instruments. Workshop demonstration. Regarding workshop demonstration, I just want to add a word here. When we do our convention, typically we also conduct workshops along with those. So these are usually 5 days workshops during which the artist and their associates conduct for 4 to 5 hours a day a workshop where the participants get an opportunity to learn that particular art form. They don't master it, I should say, but they definitely get a very deep exposure. But that usually takes place when a Virasat is in progress, because it lasts for 4 or 5 days. Along with that, we have these workshop sessions. We have a cinema classic modules where we share with you some of the best art classic pictures. Along with that, we also bring some expert who can also explain to you and can discuss with you certain background to that particular movie which is shown as part of this module. We have nature walks where the experts will take you through and explain to you various parts, what you don't normally see if you just do individually a walk around like that. We have heritage walks like that. The Gurukul, which I had mentioned earlier, is an activity where we select a student or a group of students who actually go and live with a particular artist for a month. And they get to see that artist in a very close quarters. They learn how the artists live, as well as they learn from their experience and from the way they do their practice and become the experts. We also have artists coming from abroad. Yoga and meditation. This is a higher education and the yoga. The volunteerism. About volunteerism, my other colleague, Karan Nanda, will be speaking about it later, but these are some of the pictures which you might like to see. That is all I would like to cover here. Back to you, Sabya. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, thank you for explaining about the various modules of SPIC MACAY. So, now to discuss how we can take these modules to your institute in a more operational manner, we invite Srimati Indrani ma'am, who has joined us from Telangana today to speak and share with you about the Heritage Club of SPIC MACAY, which can be formed in your institutes. So I would like to introduce ma'am briefly. So Indrani ma'am has been a passionate, sorry, that's yeah. So I was saying Indrani ma'am has been a passionate volunteer of SPIC MACAY since a long time, and along with being the principal of Arvinda High School in Guntur district, she is passionate to introduce the fine arts to the students and have conducted more than 30 lecture demonstrations in various schools and also participated in international conventions through the many years and has been very active to spread our movement in the Andhra Pradesh as well as neighboring states of the country. So she is currently part of our senior part of our national executive committee of SPIC MACAY. So we welcome you, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you, Savya, and good morning, everybody. After listening to Dinesh sir and Arun sir, you have come to an understanding of what SPIC MACAY is, how selflessly hundreds and thousands of volunteers working to bring this movement forward. So 47 years of this movement is a great opportunity for all of the schools and colleges in India to introduce hundreds of arts, crafts, other activities to the children. See, this is the age of information, and lots of information is not helping the children to become calm, quiet, and which lead them to live peaceful lives. So the ultimate aim of this SPIC MACAY is to bring the culture, heritage, and all to their hurts. So the inner eye will give that perception and inquiry in everybody's, heart, body, and soul. So this is a very important to understand what Heritage Club is. So I would like to share the presentation. It's not the
Should I share, ma'am, on the screen?
it's okay now? Is
Uh,
it
no, I think we can't see the presentation. Should I
can you
share on the screen?
please explain?
Okay. Yeah, I think we can't see it. So I'll just quickly share the presentation.
So we are very happy to the schools and school managements and the student committee to
Yeah, I think you may unmute, ma'am.
yes.
Yeah.
Not been shared, Savya.
One second.
Yes. Coming 10 to 15 minutes, we'll be going to see what are all the aspects of Heritage Club. And as you have an understanding of what SPIC MACAY is and what and how to do the different activities in the schools and colleges as a major platform, here we are going to talk to you about the beginning of Heritage Club. To bring that sense of SPIC MACAY to the schools, we should have a club. So like we have a literary club, we have sports club, we have different clubs in the school. Likewise, we can also have a heritage club. Actually, if you look into the fundamental policy of National Education Policy 2020, they talk a lot about heritage. So they talk a lot about the culture, music, fine arts. So all these intricacies are to be given to the children carefully from the childhood, to give them the exposure to the real music, not the cinema music, not this, the superficial songs, dances and all. But if the children do not get that ear of listening, ear of, understanding the real music of the country, they think that cinema music is only the music. So it is our responsibility to give them, the classical, the real music, the real dance styles. So India is a full of, the culture, full of tradition arts, tradition crafts, which are going to be endangered, So this great movement is trying to bring all that and introduce to children. It's not trying to bring it out and keep it in the form of soft copy or hard copy or, not that. It is to bring to the students. So the main aims of Heritage Club is like to expose the students to the rich and diverse heritage of India. So we are in Vijayawada. Vijayawada is okay with Kuchipudi dance and a few Tyagaraja Kirtanas, Annamaya Kirtanas, and not, this is not enough. And they should also know the, the versatile musicians and other art forms. So, and also to enrich the college community. our school community by making its experience the value of Indian tradition and heritage. So when you give them these programs, they will feel. So see, the best comes out of the children when we give these, pure programs. So these programs are like, they give the pure sense of the art form. So children definitely will feel that richness. Okay, so I'm talking about the objectives. The previous slide,
Yes.
I think the previous slide.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes.
And also to connect with our inner selves to benefit in our personal lives and academics. So what is inner self? Can the children sit for a few minutes in silence? Can they talk? Can they just listen without talking, chattering? Even the brain chatters always. Can they listen to that chattering? Slowly, can they move into their inner self? So that is why recently in one of the posters, Kiran Seth sir has given us, asked us to introduce the music. Long back, even in our school, the children come to school listening to the music. So they sent us, they sent all the schools the best music forms. So when they listen to the flute and entering into the school, the day, the day will be very nice. So they listen to the lessons very well. They do their activities. They take up the projects. So that gives a very good perception about the life. It gives a lot of joy, inner joy. And also these clubs are to coordinate with SPIC MACAY chapters. We have chapters in the states. So you can connect with the chapters in the neighboring cities and in the central body in Delhi. So when you connect with all these things, you come to know what are things happening all around India. So you can connect easily. And also to act as nodal center in periphery of 10 kilometers for schools, colleges, educational institutes for SPIC MACAY activities. So you can invite other schools and colleges to your, Virasat program or lecture cum demonstration program. And you can invite the people around you, the authorities, the education officers, the higher officials, and all to that. And to coordinate activities at the campus in sync with the core of SPIC MACAY movement. So as Dinesh sir talked to us about different programs happening in the schools and colleges, you can coordinate all these activities. These are the main objectives of the Heritage Club. Let us move to the heritage benefits. Why do we have this in our school? So what are we going to get? How the children are being benefited? So as we talked about the objectives, all those are being converted into benefits. So every time we think, what do I get if I do this? So actually, we should not tell all those things because it's like Nishkam Charya. We do it selflessly. SPIC MACAY programs are all like, selfless. But the people, if you can understand what does it give to our children, if you spend 1.5 hours a day, a month, or once in 3 months, what our children get, how do they be benefited? Surely they will be benefited because it connects with a lot of things in their lives. It connects with the nature, it connects with the deep understanding of music, deeper sense, the inner eye. So the inner selves is very, very important. So that is why the logo, the third eye, it talks about the inquiry and perception of the abstract, which is not, concretized, which is not to be seen with our naked eyes. And we also, the children can reach the abstract and the mystical aspects of our arts. Not the children, I am talking about the children because I am the teacher, but the adults, the college people, the youth, they all connect with this, which is not covered in regular academic curriculum. See, curriculum is, is now a lot. So a lot of, tests, a lot of examinations, and children are competed in different things at a very early age. So there is no place for this curriculum. This curriculum is also there in the national curriculum policies and all education policies, but very few schools, 90% schools do not have the space or funding to give the scope for these fine arts. our culture or for the heritage. So experiencing this learning outside the classroom. So in the classroom, in the academic subjects and languages, they're unable to give this in by the school managements. Now these can be achieved through these, SPIC MACAY programs. And these clubs will improve the effectiveness of academics and educational subjects. Research has shown music improves effectiveness in maths and sciences and other subjects too. See, this is a proven factor. Now music therapy has come, art therapy has come. See, yesterday we met an artist and he was telling that it is one of the professions now, art therapy. So when a patient with the psychological problems can be treated with an art, can be treated with the music. So surely it will improve the academic standards of the students. See, one of my friend's daughter is an IITian who is a lover of music, and she gives the music concerts. We have a big program in Andhra now, Krishnaveni Nirajanam. It's going on today, yesterday, and tomorrow. And the girl is giving the concert there. See, and she is not a backward student. She got the seat in a very prestigious, institution. In fact, most of the volunteers like Sabja and all are from IIT. So IIT and NITs and all. So nevertheless, it improves all the subjects, not just math and science. Even the language will be flourished. Language will be improved because of the listening ability of the children. When they listen so much, when they understand so much, it is easy for them to remember the concepts, to understand the concepts. And through this mystical experience and enhance these experiences, enhance the students' qualities like focus and concentration. And more than this, I feel like attention. Attention is like, being attentive all the time. Having that mindfulness gives them a lot of inputs. So they need not, strive hard to learn the things. They need not study hours together to learn the subjects. So it is easy for them to, gain the concepts very easily. So surely it will affect their education, and you people need not think that spending time for Heritage Club, having meetings, weekly meetings and all, and it enriches their understanding. So they participation, the people who are in Heritage Club, they surely will understand the views of SPIC MACAY, and they will spread this movement. And so, can you please raise up the Satya? Can you please raise up the yes. No, the previous thing, I have not covered the last 2 points. Sorry. The slide, I could not see the last, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Is it better now? Is it better now?
The people who are in the Heritage Club, you people will know how to schedule and organize activities in the beginning of the year. When you schedule the academic calendar, the people who are in the Heritage Club, the faculty and the students will have an schedule. They can organize how to organize the programs, and also budgeting is very important. For what would be the allocation of the institution to conduct these SPIC MACAY programs. So the students and the faculty coordinators would do this in the beginning of the year. So this all will help the students especially to organize different things that will help them in their career also, when they grow and join in an organization to work. Okay, next we'll move to the next slide.
Yes.
So some of you surely, our students, our teachers have become volunteers. So being volunteering is not really taken care in our country. I feel like, see, people do not know how to, what happiness they do get when they go and work for a good deed. So this volunteering will help us, and it gives us a lot of inner support. So inner strength, and the skills for self-expression. So you are good at something. So you are good at conducting events. You are good at motivating the people, and you are good at encouraging the students to learn music. After lecture demonstration, we don't keep quiet. We'll start thinking, how can we bring that culture to the school? How can we bring the big musicians? We can play YouTube videos to the children before we start the classes. See, now every school, every private school, even the government has provided big screens in the schools and colleges, universities. So they can play a 5 to 10 minutes video to the children, how music would soothe them, and how it prepares them for the lessons, for the difficult lessons. So this I'm not able to see the first 2 years. The previous slide.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. This one, yeah.
Okay. So what would be the students? Yeah, this is volunteering actually. Yeah. The self-expression inculcated spirit of service, that is Nishkam Seva. Nishkam Seva is a nice Sanskrit word which every Indian should take it as granted. See, the whole nature is working without any gain. So what do I gain if I work for this? This is the mindset of the youth, mindset of the people now. But it's not that. We have to learn a lot from SPIC MACAY like this. We just do selflessly. See, all the volunteers in SPIC MACAY work for hours, like Sabya and all. No, they are full-time employees, but still they keep some time to work for the SPIC MACAY. So then this spirit of service is very, very important in our lives. That is the end. When we look at our life, we remember these things other than what we gain, what we get, what we profited and all. Leadership qualities. Yes, this is very important. Marketing, publicity, those are skills. Some people are having that. So they can develop these. And social media, finances, networking, socializing, and meeting other volunteers from different walks of life. See, I'm in education, but I met people from different, the social workers, the engineers, the doctors. So many people we meet and we make friendship. See, this is what we, self-actualization, something like that. And we also think of bringing our virasat, heritage to every child. So through these programs, we have these, networking things. And there is research. The research has shown that volunteering one lives longer and feels worthy to do something for the society. So Kiran Seth is the best example. Professor Seth has traveled all over India by his bicycle at the age of 70. And who would be the great role model than him? A Gandhian and a social worker, being IIT professor, coming to the institutions, talking to the children, and spreading this heritage and culture of India is very much great. So encourage the people to become great volunteers. This movement. Yes, next slide. Next slide, please.
Yeah. Next, okay.
And what do the students learn? They learn, okay. Shall we go to the printer structure? Yes. So, yeah. Students will learn teamwork, confidence, writing and speaking skills, because every time you have to write. The students here in our school, after every program, they just write a page about their feelings. So we brought a book actually, Aravinda with SPIC MACAY. We brought a book with all the programs we had in our school and all the conventions the students have attended and their write-ups. So after every program in the language they know, they write their feelings. So they cannot Google and they cannot copy. Soon after the program, a paper is given to them and they write. And they speak also in the assemblies, consequent assemblies, they speak about their experiences when they go to, any convention. All the conventions they have gone till today, almost all the conventions they have attended. And soon after they come, 5 children attend, but they spread this message to all 1,000 students in the school. So that's a great thing. And crisis management, they come to know how to, when we attend this thing, a lot of things are being, taught unconsciously. And humility, Indian sanskar, a way of behaving. So when you become a volunteer, you know how to take care of others. So yourself is taken aback, and you will be taking care of others. So when you go to the food, when you give the, the food and accommodation, when you show them the space, and you allot some work to bring the, the guest to the speaker to the podium and all, you will be, very much careful about all these things. So those are all the samskaras which we can learn by watching people doing. And children casually, usually, unconsciously get all these, samskaras, and they meet great people. See, recently our children have gone to IIT Chennai's program, and they met Ilayaraja. So this, and not just Ilayaraja, a lot of people they have met. And the children do not know the value of other artists, because they are not to that, no. But Ilayaraja is very famous figure for them. They can never forget. And the other artists also been reminded a great legacy about them, because they heard from other, participants. So all these things will happen when they go to these conventions. And they also participate in a lot of intensives. So each child, each student will attend one intensive, and under the guidance of great guru. Okay, this is all about this. And now, how do we form the Heritage Club in our institution? This is very, very important. And please note it down. And we need a principal faculty advisor who can take care of this whole thing. He should be the principal faculty, and second faculty advisor from the faculty, from the teachers, other lecturers or the professors, and secretary and joint secretary. These two are very, very important. And with that, we have the program coordinator from student members, from students, among the students of higher level, or, if it is school 9, 10 students, and if it is 11, 12, if it is 12th class up to 12th class, if it is in the college or university, they can take from any grade, any level. And program joint coordinator from student members, again, one person. And individual activity coordinators, there should be 2, and joint coordinators 2. And media and publicity coordinator to propagate all about these programs in their Facebook, in their websites, in their local other media, and also to the outside media like newspaper and all this. And treasurer, one treasurer, and to take care of the the economy of the this thing, joint treasurer. Individual activity members from campus to be nominated by Dean of Students Welfare. There should be 2. So with this, all these members, we can make a club. So if you make a club with all these members, you can have timely meetings, the scheduled meetings, weekly meetings. Can you move to the next slide? Next slide, please. Yeah. So what would be the activities of the weekly meetings? Weekly meeting activities include planning and coordination of SPIC MACAY activities, talks, audiovisual programs, discussions, and interactions. During the COVID, we had a lot of online sessions and online movies, discussions, interactions, and even Anubhav. 2 Anubhavs were held, like, as we could not meet the in-person conventions, we had at the same level we had online sessions. And now weekly meetings can be done in campus itself. Besides planning for the regular activities and working towards the goal, the weekly meetings enrich and bind the members together in fellowship. New dedicated members can be drawn into the movement, and a sense of belonging results a lot. it gives a continuity to the movement in the institute for years to come. So the people in the Heritage Club keep moving. They leave the institution after their 10th standard or 12th standard or graduation or post-graduation, but the culture would continue forever. And apart from this, volunteers need to start a dedicated page of SPIC MACAY on their website. If they have website, they need to have a dedicated page for SPIC MACAY alone, and constantly update about the events and activities taking place on campus and also in SPIC MACAY. In the name of SPIC MACAY, many things are going on in the universities, in the colleges, in every under every chapter. That all news can be kept in the website, and the website, the link is given there. You can go through that. Next. The Heritage Club activities will be like, 4 lecture cum demonstration per year. The minutes of meeting and agenda should be followed up and sent a copy to the SPIC MACAY. And there should be a space in the school, in the campus, the SPIC MACAY corner. And there should be monthly activities like classical movies. So we will be sending the movie links where you can have movies. And now and then we send these at the time of Gandhi Jayanti and all, we send some links specially. And then there will be a talk by an eminent person on culture. And sometimes the directors, the heroes would talk about that movie. And documentation and sending them to Mrs. Lakshmi, our coordinator. And newsletter, quarterly newsletter we get every quarterly, once in a quarter. So Sandesh, its name is Sandesh, and this is the thing. And you can also send articles to this hard copy of the newsletter. And 2nd October, Gandhi Jayanti, and 30th January, both are important days. And there are all dedication, SPIC MACAY dedication to the city. And the CDs, project CDs are available. The music CDs, the best music CDs of the best musicians of India can be given to, the links can be given to the colleges and universities so that they can play when they start anything, like even assemblies. When the children come for assemblies, when the students join together for any meetings, we can play those musics. That music would bring a lot of peace and bring that, spirit in the campus. And that vibrations are different. And make a movie of folk art or any classical art form of their place, because every state has a lot of folk arts. So one of the aims of SPIC MACAY is to bring out those folk arts. Even in our state, we have this puppetry. That is, nobody, the present generation do not know what puppetry is. That is leather puppetry, which is a difficult, art form where one segment of people prepare those puppets and they make their drama behind it. And our school had a program like that, and our children were very much, surprised to see how puppets talk. So then they knew a lot of things behind the curtain. So annual get-together for presentations, that also the work of the activity of Heritage Club. So better maintain a record of all Heritage Clubs, hard and soft copy, so that the future people will come to know how to organize these clubs and what are the activities being done in the school or college or university. So it's very important to document everything. It's not for SPIC MACAY, it's not for someone, it's for the institution to feel the legacy of SPIC MACAY, to feel the legacy of the great Indian artist and heritage and culture of the country. So with this, establishing a SPIC MACAY, yes, that is all. Heritage Club in your institution to officially facilitate propagation of our arts, culture, and heritage through concerts, through workshops, and similar activities. Such heritage clubs have been set up in already set up in all IITs and other institutes of prominence. PITs, WIT, SRM, all these big institutions have these heritage clubs already, and the schools like DPS and these schools have the heritage clubs. And planning and annual budgeting for conducting SPIC MACAY events in institutions. Usually this is being done in the beginning of the year. Even now you can start, starting a club, and you can plan for funding, how much you can allocate for SPIC MACAY programs in a annual, in a year. Okay. So this is what we actually want to talk to you about the heritage clubs. Thank you very much. Yeah. Then you should also see how the new policy talks to us about having such clubs. If you have gone through the National Curriculum Framework, which was released in 2023, it talks about all these activities in the school. So memorization is not considered now. Along with knowledge, there should be some wisdom, and there should be the culture classes. There should be the value-based classes. So happy classrooms, Anand classrooms, and all these are the new concepts introduced through this new education policy. And even UNESCO in Treasure Within, they talked about all 4 C's, like creativity, critical thinking, cooperation, and collaboration, which are very, very important, which can be implicitly seen in SPIC MACAY programs. And the Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE, and has given a circular very recently, not even a year ago, about the promotion of these activities, and there should be a heritage club in every CBSE school. Okay, schools are therefore asked to establish culture, this club to introduce the students to experiential, value-based education formally, and suggested activities, lot of activities to promote the culture and heritage. Okay, you can go through these documents. Yes, we'll be sharing all those things to your, groups. Yeah, I think I tried my best to give the note of Heritage Club. Within no time, all the schools and institutions who have come together today to understand what SPIC MACAY is and what and how to be participate in SPIC MACAY. I think you will be, without time, you will be starting your clubs and give us the feedback. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a lovely description about the heritage clubs, and I'm sure we will learn from the insights that you have shared and the experiences that you have shared through these heritage clubs of SPIC MACAY. So we thank you, and after this, I would like to invite our next speaker, Shri Karan Nanda sir. So Karan Nanda sir will share. We invite him to share his views about the volunteerism and Nishkam Seva. Karan sir is a dairy technologist and has a passion for theatre as well as SPIC MACAY. So sir has been with the National Dairy Development Board in product development and worked with Mother Dairy in QC, outsourcing, commercial, logistics, HR training. And sir is joined us from Delhi today and has been a very senior volunteer and coordinator from Delhi region of the SPIC MACAY. Thank you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Unmuted.
Yeah, now it's unmuted. Thank you, Sabya, and well, thank you for all of you being here on this, lovely winter Saturday morning. And so by this time, I think you got a very fairly good idea of what SPIC MACAY is about. Why are we there? What are we doing? What all SPIC MACAY has to offer, to the institutions, to our youth. So I'll be quite brief because you already got a lot of information. And, whenever we get together, we get information. Till that information is translated into action, it has no meaning. It's good to have knowledge, but beyond that, if you do not, convert it into some action, well, so for that, we have here today, Arunji is here, Sabya is there, Dinesh ji, and Rani ji. we've all been volunteers for, he said senior volunteers, he really meant we've been there for a long time. Because in SPIC MACAY, we are really a family. So there's no senior, junior as such. We are all together and we work together. But by senior, it means we've been here with this, movement for a long time. And there must be a reason for it. And the reason, we've got a few reasons which you've already heard. In the beginning, Arunji talked about, our heritage being our cultural heritage. It is really our identity as Indians that, what stands us out. And so we are here to just, give an exposition of SPIC MACAY is about. But the actual decision to whether, you want to be part of this movement or not is up to you. How important do you think it is? And by this time, I think you got enough reasons to sort out and think about it. And I would really like you to, at the end of this our exposition, just talk about what you felt, any questions if you have, please do ask, and what were your impressions of this whole thing. Please share them with us so that we know, whether we've got across what we are here for, what SPIC MACAY is here for. And like Dinesh ji said, in his slides, that the third pillar of our movement is the volunteers. So we are here, some of the volunteers with you, and it is the volunteers which, lending their time, effort, and energy has made this movement going for like, say, 47 years. It's a long time for a movement to be going only on the basis of pure volunteerism. We don't have any paid employees in our organization or our movement, right? So you have to decide where and what your role would be. And I'll just very briefly go through, what kind of role you could play. The very simplest thing is simply after this meeting, you could go and, talk to some of your friends, your colleagues, your family about what you heard over here, what you saw, and what you felt. That'll be the simplest way. The other way would be, if you have any concert going on, SPIC MACAY concert in and around your area, please do go and, be part of it. Go and attend it. Talk to some of the volunteers there. See how the things are being managed. Because everything, right from, the planning, management, comparing, everything, the publicity, the finances, and, the technical aspects. Like today we are online and somebody's handling the technical aspects of this program. These are all areas where you can help, where you can contribute, and simply where you can even just learn by being part of it. So you have to decide whether, how important culture is for you, because we talk about heritage. When you talk of inheritance, which we receive from our fathers and forefathers, how important that is for us. But this, like we said in the beginning, cultural heritage is something which identifies us all together as Indians. When we see a guitar, we think about music, and we see a guitar, we think about Western music. But when you see a sitar, you do think about music, but it's very specifically Indian music. You talk about India. That is how powerful the culture is, how it immediately identifies you throughout the world. So you take a decision. Ours is a family. We are very informal. You don't have to come in and punch your card, or sign in some register that I'm here for duty. No. How much time you have, how much effort you can give, because everybody is busy, with their curriculums, with their families, with their, whatever activities you're doing. So whatever little bit of time you can spend, try and give it to the movement, because this movement is not just for, you and me, it is for the future generations also. If our cultural heritage has come so far for thousands of years, I mean, we felt like some of our volunteers, we are here, we are here for so long, because we felt that this is something which we cannot afford to let and die out. And so I would just say, you don't have to immediately come and join. Come in, feel your way through, spend some time with us, talk to us, and any help you require, we'll be there for you. And then take a decision that how you're going to be able to contribute to this. So that's all I have to say. And a very good afternoon, because it's 12 now. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With this, we reach the concluding part of our presentation today. And now I would like to be now having Q&A session, and I would like to request our um, I would like to request Dinesh sir, who is the convener of our higher education vertical, um, to take your questions. And the mics are all unmuted, so yes, please unmute yourself and just raise your hand on the Zoom if you want to ask any queries to our panelists. Thank you. So any questions, you can unmute the mics and just ask us.
It's very good. There don't seem to be any
Hello.
questions. Yes,
Hello.
please. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, sir.
Go ahead.
I am Dr. Prashanti Rao from School of Planning and Architecture, Vijayawada.
Okay.
Actually, when I joined, it is 2018. So there is one club we have made actually earlier, Heritage Club, and we also called Pandit Rajendra Gangani ji for the Kathak performance over there.
Mhm.
And it has been done because I was holding the faculty FIC for the cultural coordinator for this thing. In between, sir, pandemic came. The Anubhav ke liye Lakshmi Konna ma'am has they called me also, but
Okay.
somehow institute is struggling with so many things, so we are unable to do that. And
Okay.
later on, I also, like after 2 years period, every time faculty in charge change. So now again I become a faculty in charge. So I really want to like take the things
Please
again.
take
But
and run.
and yes, sir. But the
Okay.
thing is like that ki earlier file and other things are missing. Can we make a new heritage club form and other things?
Please go
Or we have
ahead.
to.
There is no problem with that. Just the structure is very simple. We will share the guidelines with you. Just proceed.
Yeah.
All what is needed is that your director should identify 2 faculty members, 10 students, get connected with Lakshmi Kona, or whoever is your nearest chapter, and get going. Nothing else is required, and bit of budget. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sir. So
Okay,
thank you so
welcome
much
back.
for a wonderful in and that's really very good. And we
You
will
used to be very
first.
active. SPA Vijayawada used to be very active. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'll say welcome back. Forget the
Thank
history.
you.
Look forward.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Any other institution? By the way, after this meeting, we'll be sending an email and we'll request you to join one of our follow-up meetings. We'll be doing a follow-up meeting sometimes in January. And there we will, if you have got any issues in terms of setting up the club and how you want to move forward, because some of you are very new, we will take care of some of those questions at that point of time. But however, you are welcome to ask any questions you have. We'll also be sharing with you the guidelines which is required for a heritage club. And let's proceed.
And so one more question, I think it has been asked over here also. So
Mhm.
when we have to conduct this earlier, it was like told to us ki we have to give 25,000 to the person who is we are calling, and we
Mhm.
have to arrange everything for them. Other
Mhm.
things, there's a stay, food, and the other
Yes.
things. So is
Yes.
it the same or it has been
No,
like
you
little
see,
high?
let me tell you like that, Dr. Rao. The honorarium part, it varies from the artist to the artist and program to program.
Okay, okay, okay.
Typically, the amount which you were that time you were using, that might have undergone a change, but we'll deal with it when you get to that stage. But yes, there is some amount which is payable to the artist, which needs to be also organized by the institution. By
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way, you do get a guideline from the Ministry of Higher Education to all institutions like yours have been directed to allocate a budget of around 10 lakh rupees. So please do justice to that budget. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Your own
Okay, sir.
expenses as well as to the artist.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Alka ji.
Yeah, sir, I'm Alka speaking from Shalom Hills International School, Gurgaon.
Okay.
So, this is regarding our participation and understanding. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for such a wonderful session, which is divided in a nice briefing about all the aspects of SPIC MACAY. I have gone through all the circulars of the CBSE, and we are already running a heritage club along with our history teacher. So
Very
I
good.
would like to connect this heritage and SPIC MACAY club together and conduct the activities.
Okay.
Moreover, I just would like to inform you that we are sending all our children, like 5 children, 1 teacher, whenever they are invited to different schools when they hold the SPIC MACAY programs. So
Okay.
we are also planning in near future to hold a program and keep a budget for this. And apart from conducting one odd program during the session, what are the other aspects that we can handle ourselves without using much of the budget?
I think what you are doing, you can just increase the number of activities. That's all we can say. I mean,
Yes, sir.
like currently Gurgaon is very active. Rupi ji is doing a
Rupi
great.
Mahindru, yes, yeah, I
She
personally know her and meet her
just
and talk to her.
remain in touch with her. I mean, like I think next week there is another program going on in that Scottish school or something like that.
Yes,
So
sir.
there is a Kerala team which is performing that Kudiyattam.
Mhm.
So you're welcome to go there or bring any of those troops to your school and
Yes,
get that going. I think that is all is needed. But increase your number of activities. I think that is what is important in your own school. In
in the
your
own school. Yes, okay. It
okay.
may be some kind of presentation, that video presentation shown to the children during the meetings and all that.
That's one thing you can do. But bring the artist because you are at a very well located place, you know. If you are a far
Yes,
off place, then it becomes expensive and difficult. We know that.
yes,
But in
yes.
Gurgaon, you should take full
Will
advantage of
definitely
it.
do it. Yes,
No,
yes.
plan at least maybe one activity in a month, I will say.
Oh, I see. Okay, sir. I'll try to do that. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Anand
Good
Sagar
afternoon, sir.
Academy.
Yep.
Okay. Would you have
Just want
something?
to add, as
Good
far as like,
afternoon.
Yes, Sabir.
yeah, I just wanted to add, Yes, good afternoon, sir.
As far as the links, I think if you are interested to get the some of the links of our Speak Make concerts, we can share that. So you can drop us a note or a mail, and we will share with you those our the 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 programs links by our maestros. So that can be shared as well. Thank you.
Dr. Priyanka has a question, I think.
Yes, thank you so much. Really very nice session. I am from Indore Engineering College. It is beneficial for engineering college.
Is your question, is it beneficial? Is that is what you're asking?
Yes, matlab how can we join you or in engineering college? Not so many cultural activities in per month. So it is beneficial for engineering students.
All the more necessary, Dr. Priyanka. I am an engineer too, and so is Sabya is an engineer. And I think it is a very important part that we miss. You need to have some activities in your engineering college. And please get
Sir.
involved with Speak MACAY. You are based in Indore, right?
Yes, sir.
You are based in Indore?
Yes, Indore
In
MP.
fact, in Indore, in the month of January, most likely we'll be doing a Virasat at IIT Indore.
Okay.
Okay, so please get
Okay.
connected with the Indore. Indore, we have Neil Jain is our coordinator there. Get connected with them. Form your heritage club. That is first and foremost, it is important. And for
Okay.
engineering, student is more important than students from the other faculties, I should say. Even the AIMS are joining now. The doctors are also joining into this.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
sir. Thank you.
all right. I have this school, JNV Twinsang School. Where are you located? Can you unmute yourself and say something about yourself? JNV Tuensang. Please, one of you unmute and speak about your school, what you do, and where are you located?
नमस्कार सर।
नमस्कार।
JNV ट्वेंसांग सर नागालैंड का एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट है,
Okay.
ट्वेंसांग। तो
All right.
हम सभी लोग वहां से हैं। मैं इसका फैकल्टी कोऑर्डिनेटर, ये स्टूडेंट कोऑर्डिनेटर है सर, और ये हमारी
Okay.
टीम है स्टूडेंट। तो सर जैसा कि यहाँ पर म्यूजिक का भी पहले से भी है और मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा, और लास्ट टाइम हमारे यहाँ पे एक परफॉर्मिंग भी हुई थी, स्पिक मैके का एक परफॉर्मिंग हम लोगों ने करवाया था अपने यहाँ पर।
बहुत
तो
अच्छे।
सर हम सभी लोग बहुत इंटरेस्टेड हैं, और हमें बहुत खुशी हुई कि ये अपॉर्चुनिटी हम लोग के पास आई है, और हम सभी लोग बहुत इंटरेस्ट के साथ में इसमें पार्टिसिपेट हैं कर रहे हैं। थैंक यू सर।
ओके, बहुत बहुत खुशी की बात है। बाय द वे, देयर और भी स्कूल हैं और कॉलेजेस नागालैंड में जो कि इंटरेस्ट ले रहे हैं। आपको
जी
उनसे
सर,
कनेक्ट होना चाहिए। और वहाँ पे
बिल्कुल सर।
और नॉर्थ ईस्ट में हम प्रोग्राम करते रहते हैं। अभी NIT अगरतला में अगले महीने विरासत प्रोग्राम होने वाला है।
जी
तो
सर।
अगरतला तो वैसे शायद दूर होगा आपके यहाँ से, नागालैंड से,
हाँ
but
हाँ
otherwise in Nagaland itself there would be some programs taking place. So stay in touch with our local chapters, or you
ओके
drop
सर।
us a mail whenever you want to get something going there.
ओके सर,
Thank you.
थैंक यू सर। जी, थैंक यू सर।
एक और स्कूल है आनंद सागर एकेडमी। आई थिंक वहाँ पे भी सब स्टूडेंट्स पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं। अगर कुछ बोलेंगे वो अपने बारे में तो अच्छा रहेगा।
यस, गुड आफ्टरनून सर।
गुड आफ्टरनून।
हाँ जी, हम बठिंडा डिस्ट्रिक्ट से हैं जी, आनंद
जी।
सागर एकेडमी CBSE बोर्ड से। और
ओके।
पिछले मंथ हमारे उस्ताद अमजद अली खान जी ने हमारे वर्कशॉप की थी। तो हमारे नियर अबाउट 70 स्टूडेंट्स ने पार्टिसिपेट किया था। और
बहुत
हमारे
बढ़िया।
प्रिंसिपल मैम हैं यहाँ सुमन शर्मा, एंड
नमस्कार
डायरेक्टर
जी।
सरपल शर्मा जी, एंड 2 टीचर्स हैं, और 7 स्टूडेंट हमारे आपकी वर्कशॉप अटेंड कर रहे हैं।
बहुत बढ़िया।
We learned a lot of things and note down, every student have a note down main points. So thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. You are very active. Good.
नहीं हो रहे हैं। हाँ जी, ये रहा।
I have another school, Bal Bharti Pitampura. Harsh Sharma जी।
यस सर,
आप
गुड
कुछ
मॉर्निंग सर।
कहेंगे? आप तो दिल्ली में बेस्ड हैं, आपको तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं होनी चाहिए स्पीक में कैसे।
नहीं नहीं सर, हमारे स्कूल में एक्चुअली पहले होता भी था, और अभी मेरे को इसमें अभी मैं इसी साल से मैं देखने लगा हूँ इसको। तो मेरे को एक तो ये क्वेश्चन था मेरा सर से कि कैसे आर्टिस्ट को कैसे अपने स्कूल में मतलब स्पीक मैके को इनवाइट किया जाएगा। क्योंकि मैं अभी मीटिंग में भी आया था जो बाराखंबा में हुई थी थोड़े दिन पहले, 2 महीने पहले जो हुई थी।
ठीक है।
तो मैंने सर से बात करी थी वहां पे, बट सर ने मेरे को कहा था कि अभी बाल भारती जो गंगाराम वाला है उसमें 3 दिन का वर्कशॉप है, आप उसमें आएंगे तो बात हो जाएगी। लेकिन वो हो नहीं पाया अभी किसी कारण से भी, शायद उनकी है। तो मैं बस ये जानना चाह रहा हूँ कि क्या प्रोसीजर क्या है कि आर्टिस्ट को अपने स्कूल में इनवाइट करने का।
देखिए, प्रोसीजर तो रिलेटिवली सिंपल है, एज लॉन्ग
जी
एज आप हमारे दिल्ली चैप्टर से कनेक्ट रहें।
जी।
दिल्ली चैप्टर को राजीव गिरी हैं उसको जो
ओके
कोऑर्डिनेट करते हैं,
जी।
और सीनियर कॉलेजेस के लिए सरस्वती जी हैं। We can
हम्म।
connect both of them to you if they are not already connected. तो
जी
आप और फिर जो प्रोग्राम करने का है एक आपको शायद मेल में भी भेज रखा होगा। एक वो
ओके
है जिसमें हम इंटेंट का फॉर्म है, वो आप भर के देते हैं, जिसमें आप बतलाते हैं कि कौन कौन सी डेट्स आपके लिए थोड़ा कन्वीनियंट है। वो
ओके
थोड़ा सा अमाउंट के बारे में बता देते हैं। और
जी।
फिर जब आर्टिस्ट यहाँ पे दिल्ली में परफॉर्म करते होते हैं तो वी लेट यू नो, एंड यू ऑल्सो
ओके
फाइंड आउट दैट
ओके
आर्टिस्ट अवेलेबल हैं। तो
जी
एक सेशन आके आपके स्कूल में कर सकते हैं वो।
जी जी जी
और आप भी स्टूडेंट, जब आपको पता लगता है कि दूसरे प्रोग्राम अड़ोस पड़ोस में हो रहे हैं तो वहां पे जाके अटेंड करिए उनको।
जी जी जी। वो तो उसका कोई इशू नहीं है सर।
जी जी
अभी मेरे पास
सब।
ये मेल आई हुई है, इसका प्रिंट आउट है मेरे पास।
जी जी।
इनमें इनमें नाम है दिनेश चंद जी, आपका नाम है,
हाँ जी
और
जी।
सब्य सची दे हैं,
हाँ
उषा
जी।
उषा जी हैं, रचना जी
हाँ
हैं, अरुण जी
जी।
हैं, नीरज नीरजा, इनमें से मैं किससे कोऑर्डिनेट करूं इस रिगार्डिंग, जो मेरे को ये भेज सके मेल जो आप बोल रहे हैं ना?
हाँ, तो अभी के लिए आप मेरे से कोऑर्डिनेट कर लीजिए।
ठीक है सर।
कनेक्ट यू टू द करेक्ट पर्सन, क्योंकि
ओके
हम
सर,
लोग जो है
ठीक।
ना, ये सेंट्रल लेवल पे वी आर कंडक्टिंग दीज प्रोग्राम्स,
ओके
but
ओके
then as far as Delhi is concerned, it is dealt with another local
ओके,
coordinators.
नो
We'll
इशू
connect
सर।
you with them. So
ओके
just
सर, नो
send me
इशू।
an email. उस
ओके,
आपका email address है,
जी
बस
जी जी जी।
send me email about your school. I'll connect you to the right person.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you. Thank you. और कोई किसी का क्वेश्चन है? स्कूल, कॉलेज? तो सभ्य, आई थिंक वी आर ऑलमोस्ट डन. Sabya, are you there? I think you had to leave. Okay, no problem. So I think with this we can close the meeting. And as I mentioned, that we'll be sending a follow-up email to you. And Harshji, you will also get that email where, we'll do another follow-up meeting in the month of January. We
ओके
will
सर,
address some of these questions and some of these issues which you may have had,
ओके
and again to take you forward as soon as possible.
ओके, डन सर, थैंक यू
Thank
सो
you.
मच।
Namaskar.
नमस्कार, थैंक यू।
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.